Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about how to glaze your work. In this particular situation, we're going to be glazing our triangles, your first project, so I'm going to be working on my triangle and demonstrating how to apply glaze. As we've talked about before, the video that I showed you before, the best way to get glaze onto your work always is dipping. There's times when you do need to use the brush to put on glaze, but for the beginning of this project, we'll all be dipping them in to the glaze. I'm going to show you a couple of other pieces that have already been glazed. This is a piece that has SG98 blue in the background. That's the name of the color. And then the letters are iron oxide, which is not a glaze, but I'll get to that later. The same look on the other side. This triangle here has royal blue in the background and white on top of the letters. On this side, it's royal blue. This is SG98 green for the surfboard and yellow for the hand and foot. This triangle has SG98 blue in the background and red. This particular red comes from this bucket. As you'll notice, it's the only one that has dollar signs on it. This one you have to pay to use because it's really expensive. Not too much though. I mean, if you were to put this much red on your work, I'd probably charge you $1. And then this is white in the background, or granny's white sometimes it's called, on the bucket, and then gloss black on the letters, and gloss black on the heart and the lock. All right, so when choosing your color, you have to decide what color you want by looking up here. These are the examples of what the colors look like when they're fired. And I'll tell you why that you have to look at the tiles. Because some of them seem obvious. For example, this one is called grape or purple. And when you look into the grape or purple box or bucket, which is right down here, and the reason we know that it's grape or purple is because it says purple or grape on the side. And you look inside, it looks similar. So the color looks similar, so that's obvious. But there's other colors like the SG98 blue and the royal blue. Those are two different colors. So this is the major area you want to look for the color. The bottom right, the left hand, or bottom left and bottom left. The right-hand side has iron oxide behind or underneath the glaze, so it changes the way the glaze looks. So the royal blue becomes almost black, and the SG98 blue just has a little darker tone to it. It actually looks really nice when it's on a larger piece. But if you look in the buckets, this one is royal blue, and it's got a lot of water on the top, which means you would come and ask me, Mr. Irving, why is there so much water on the top? And I would say, because it needs to be stirred. But let's take some of the water out first, or let me take it out, and then we'll stir it up. So I'm going to take some of this water out, and then stir it up. And now what color does this look like? It looks like gray. It does not look like royal blue. This still needs to be stirred some more, but I'm stirring it up just enough so that you can see how it looks gray. So you cannot tell that's royal blue by looking in the bucket. You have to look at the name on the side of the bucket. So the SG98 blue is right next to it. And check it out. When I stir this up, it's going to look almost the same as the royal blue. So looking at this and looking at that, you can't really tell which is which. That's why you have to look to the tiles and look to the name on the side of the bucket. All right, so that's choosing your color. Once you've chosen your color, I'm going to go with, for the background color of mine, I'm going to use the Chun Red. I do not have an example of Chun Red up right now, which I'll get one later. But it's kind of it's a nice red that's got tan on its edges. So anywhere there's an edge to your work, your ceramics, it's going to have a tan look to it. So like on the edge of your letters or anything like that, it'll look tan. There should have been a stir stick in here, but there is one right now. Okay, so this one needs to be stirred up. This one you might guess would be the Chun Red because it's the only one that's got a pink look to it. It looks a little thick. So I'm going to have to add a little bit of water to this one. I think. You want to pause for a minute?